but I'll tell you, there's good reason. The word God is got so much baggage to it, and it doesn't even make sense. You have something that is all powerful, right? In charge of everything, and supposedly all good. And then you have a universe that is good and evil. So how could this be? How can an all-powerful thing that's all good be in this world which has opposites? You see? It doesn't make sense. When there was a time when I was like maybe 13. I was at summer camp, and I'm looking out at the stars, and I just imagine, okay, here's the star. The furthest one I can see, I go to that. Then the furthest one from there I can see, I go to that. And then there's this planet, Zortan, and it's got 12 trillion people on it, and none of them know about our God. Who's right, who's wrong? How does this make sense? You see, so at that point I became an atheist. And the other campers, at the end, they willed me a Bible. So I would, change my ways. Because I made it publicly known I didn't believe in God anymore. And because it never made sense. And then later I became an agnostic because I didn't know of that option. And it was a little less harsh than atheist. And then that remained until I met Bob. I was in my 20s, early 20s, something. I'm not good on time. 1976 and Baba said the first thing about God that never made sense to me. He said, God dwells within you as you. Worship and bow to your own inner self. It's like, okay, that works. That works. It wasn't the same God that I had been raised with. And it was one that I could buy. That one, it felt right. I could have that one. And then it started to make sense to me. Baba had no problem saying God, 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 God. Now, later on, after Baba died, I met Ramesh over here. And Ramesh, he used the word God, but he preferred the word consciousness because it didn't have the baggage, you see. All there is consciousness. Baba would say all there is God. They were talking about the same thing. But because this idea that most people have of God, it doesn't make sense. And that's why they say, how can God allow all these bad things to happen? How can? Because God's supposed to be good. Love, you see. What I say is, you want to find the love is so large that it has no opposite. You see? So you want the love that can embrace everything. Everything. The love that embraces fear. The love that embraces anger. The love that embraces joy, all of it. And then you really have something. Then you have something because otherwise all you have is this battle between interrelated opposites. And you're constantly struggling to get the good stuff and keep away the bad stuff. I always want to feel happy. I always want to feel joy. I always want to feel love. Well, what happens when you get pissed off? What do you do then? Go away. You try and suppress it, beat it down. And then what happens is you basically create an environment within yourself where you don't feel fully accepted, you see, as a whole being, as a human that has different emotions and different feelings, you see. So then where is the love? You see, the love comes, true love is embracing all of it. We all have dark sides. Everyone does. There's no avoiding it. You know, you are going to have times of great joy and you're going to have times of great sadness. That's just the nature of it. You can't have one without the other. A wise man once said, you can't have a light without a dark to stick it in. You wouldn't even know what light was if there wasn't darkness. You wouldn't be able to see it. And thus it is with God. The reason that we can't see God is because God is so great, it has no opposite. It has no contrast. Everything is God. All of it. The good and the bad and the ugly, it's all God. It has no contrast. So the mind is a tool for discriminating contrast. The mind can't see God because there is no contrast in God. God has no opposite. It is the light, it is the dark, equally. It is all of it.